Money boy, money boy, money boy. Trade. Money boy, money boy, money boy. Trade.
Private jet flights overseas. Damn piece.
It goes back to the black woman until she gets in her rightful place. Now I'm finna address those for the Bible believers.
Her
Bible
rightful place is in the kitchen just because this is toxic masculinity. Get y'all ass back in the kitchen and shit would be a lot smoother. We gotta get back to them Archie Bunker days.
Man, look, we gotta. My wife is friends with women from different races, and one of her friends called and she was like, "Yeah, but before I do this, I gotta check with my husband. If he say I can't do it, it won't be done." And my wife looked at the phone like, "Where they do that at?" And I said, "That is part of the problem. Is
That's
that
their culture.
get back in the kitchen because society has told you that you are now superior over us, and we got." All of this could be fixed. Pookie in the streets, shooting up, robbing, all this stuff could be fixed when they understand where they need to be. And it's not a punch down. This is a rebuke to tell you that you need to get back in your position and play your role. There's no reason why a woman should be married to a man and she's still walking around like she both man and woman. Pipe down and be soft. I don't need you being manly. If I'm the man of the house, let me be the man.
All right, but
Let
they
me be the
strong
man.
black queens though. They strong black. They call themselves queens, and the nigga they with don't even call themselves a king. So
Right,
where's your what are you ruling over?
right. Ask yourself this question, and I want people out here to act and really think about this. Don't think about it from your feelings. But if a prison got 90% population in there, I can guarantee you that probably 60% of those people in there are in there because a black woman called the police on them.
Yep, 54% of them probably black, and fuck it, 95% because I blame black women for 95% of all the shit. So we just gonna say 95% of them, black or white, in there because a female called the police on 'em.
Right. Jay-Z and R. Kelly put out a song called The Power of the Pussy. I encourage everybody to go listen to that song. Because
No, that song, no. You know what? Back then, that song, we understood what it meant. In the OnlyFans era, hell no. They will take that motherfucker and go, wow, that will set us 20 years back, bro.
no, what I was saying was the point of the song was they were explaining the dumb stuff that men were doing for
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
so can you imagine? Can you imagine Cardi B as a Meg Thee Stallion remixing that in 2020?
Well, man, I listen. I tell my
Oh,
kids,
the power
I
of the
got
WAP.
man. I tell my kids I don't listen to Cardi B because I feel like I got to put a condom on my ear to listen to it. I refuse.
So
I
how about
refuse.
this? So how about this? Recently, about to be divorced woman somehow she claimed it. She accidentally leaked her nudes on IG. You took the picture and uploaded it to IG stories of you with your titties out. How do you accidentally upload it to IG? I can see if you were sending them straight to Offset or a dude. That's different. That would be in your text messages. You would
Right.
share it to a text message, not to IG stories. But then
Right.
she just gets away and says, "Oh, I didn't even hear the excuse she gave, but she said she accidentally leaked them."
And you know why? Because the what average women don't understand is that you have been degraded down to nothing more than a prostitute. And these women that's in the industry, they're selling that for the people that they are signed to. Okay? So whether they want to or not, they feel like they're doing what they're doing in order to keep the bag going. Okay?
I'm
It's
not
just
upset with them for entertaining. It's entertainment. I
right,
ain't upset with them for it.
right,
I'm not upset with Martin Scorsese showing Italians shooting up the block.
right. I mean, and that's the thing. We have to use our brain and be smart enough to understand that these are actors. This is a portrayal. This is
It's
not
entertainment.
reality.
their
You have to
character.
separate it. Yeah, you have to separate reality from entertainment. That's what it is, and not read too much into it. But when we talk about Cardi B, and we can either tie in this Jada Pickett, everybody was so understanding the Jada Pickett and entanglement and this, that, and the third. But Offset goes out here, and I'm not saying that either one of them was right, but what I'm saying is that you put
Offset was justified,
well, I mean,
and
Offset got
Jada's
drugged.
a slut.
He got drugged through the mud. But it's my thing. Yeah, y'all drug him through the mud. But shouldn't y'all say something about a married woman putting her naked pictures online? Should that not be something wrong with that?
Yeah, because
When
she's
are we
not
gonna have
divorced.
those conversations?
Fuck it. When are we gonna talk about? She openly said that she used to drug men and have a
Right,
transsexual rape and rob them when she was a stripper.
right.
But them cheating is worse than that. Like we gotta get a grip on shit.
We got Bill Cosby in prison off of off of much of nothing, and some of the women that said had recanted their statements. But we don't want to have them. We don't want to have those conversations.
I don't know, man. Bill had like 30 years of fucked up behavior, man. It's kind of like with R. Kelly too. I can sympathize with R. Kelly, but if if you go to court and you are acquitted, your ass better not be charged with that same crime ever again, or it looks
Right.
like that's what you were doing the whole time.
Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing I've learned from being in this entertainment industry is that
But
you
the
have to
YouTube movement. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
be careful for nothing. You can't live on the edge like you invisible. Because one thing I learned in this country, money means nothing. It's all about the power. If you look at Bill Cosby, over $100 million, his money did not keep him from going to prison. R. Kelly, your money did not keep you from going to prison. It's all about the power.
Slap
So
Bill Cosby. Because I think a lot of shit we heard speculation, but nobody back in those days came out and said that Bill actually did anything. There was no evidence other than his admission, which wasn't supposed to be put into testimony that they used, where he said
right,
he gave chicks Quaaludes,
right,
but it was common practice. So the Me Too movement that kind of railroaded him, but R. Kelly, I feel sorry because he's a victim repeating victim behavior. He's a victim. He's repeating the behavior that happened to him, and he just couldn't stop
right,
because
right,
he got new cases. Some of the shit is old, but he got some new cases intertwined in this shit.
right. And again, I think that's another issue is in Black America that we have to address is the psychosis and mental health, and stop shying away from it. I grew up my whole life, and all I heard was pray about it, and I'm like, well, obviously prayer ain't the answer. It ain't working. You can't pray everything away. Sometimes we as Black people need to sit down with somebody who's been professionally trained in psychosis and has a degree, and that can really tap in to some dark, deep emotions and things that we have hidden.
I agree.
It's hard. It's hard for me sometimes to hear a pastor stand up in the pulpit and say X, Y, and Z, but then out of the next voice we hear that you got a wife, but you got 13 girlfriends across the world. It's hard for me to trust sometimes when you tell me that I'm out of order because I don't wear a suit. Who said that? Who made them rules?
The God of that particular church, that pastor.
And that's the thing. Like, we got to start dealing with the psychological issues of Black America, and stop sweeping mental health under the rug and stop making it so taboo. It is a real thing. There is help out here, and there is people that can help, but we have to go seek the help. Church ain't the only option, and I'm not down in it. I'm not, by no means am I saying, but I'm saying that can't always be the only option. Because I'm telling you, and I'm speaking from experience, I had a lot of psychological issues because of that.
Have you noticed how we quick to point out people like Jeffrey Epstein and talk about how white people are pedophiles and all of that, but creepy Uncle Joe, he get a pass. We don't talk about creepy Uncle Joe.
Right. Because
We
you
don't
know
talk
why?
about a lot of these girls are damn it molested before they get 18. We don't talk about it.
Right. Because what we have to do again, we can't make everything a race issue. See, because then you take away from other things. What Uncle was doing doesn't matter. If Uncle was doing it, he's just as wrong as a white guy. We can't say, oh, because we were in slavery, that gives Uncle a pass. No, that's two separate different things, and we have to separate that. We can't keep saying because we ain't got our reparations or what's owed us that we can keep allowing things to go on in our race. No, if you're doing some wrong stuff, you're doing some wrong stuff, and you need to be held accountable. I don't care that our ancestors was in slavery. They don't give you the right to go around and raping somebody and then playing the victim.
I got a question about that. Why is it that we're quick to claim being descendants of slavery when it comes to reparations, but in the same breath we'll say that we were already here? Like, which one was it? Because if we were here, we weren't slaves. The natives weren't made slaves.
Right.
So which one are we? Are we the Moors? We were already here. We was free, or are we the Adolfs, the African descendant of slaves?
Right. Well,
My
think
personal lineage comes from fucking Wales, England. I don't have no ties to slavery.
Right. Well, I think what it is a lot of black people, they use things based for their own gratification. You know,
I take a check though. If the qualification is being black, I take it.
Right. I think that's I think that's part of the, that's part of the issue. That's part of the problem. I think black people sometimes they I think black people use things for their own gain. Let's see.
Yeah, you back. I just got to take the other one off. Oh, shit. I kicked you off. Just come back in. I kicked you off on accident because you had two of them up. This is the Toxic Masculinity Show, episode 12. I am your host, MONEYBOY Trey. My Titans are 4-0. If your team ain't 4-0, y'all need to do some push-ups, practice harder, and tighten up. That's all I can tell you. Please like, share, subscribe, comment on this video as well. Like, share, subscribe, and follow me at MONEYBOY Trey on all social media. And getting back.
MONEYBOY Trade. MONEYBOY Trade.
Private jet flights overseas.